Hello beautiful people, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day, and today's video is a little bit different, which I'm sure you got from the title and thumbnail. So today I decided to, well, the past couple days I've been making a conceptual eyeshadow palette, and I figured today I would share it with you, show you what I chose. And I see a lot of people making like conceptual characters for video games and making conceptual like art for movies and stuff. So I figured today we could do one for eyeshadow palettes. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, so before we get started, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get into it, because I don't like super long intros. So Cracker Barrel, one of my favorite places to eat. And if you don't know, Cracker Barrel is a country southern themed restaurant, but in the front half, you walk in, it is a gift shop. There's a huge store in the front, and then in the back there's the restaurant. So I figured, since all these companies are making makeup that typically wouldn't make makeup, like Kit Kat has makeup, Crayola has makeup, all these weird non-makeup brands have makeup, I figured I would make a conceptual palette for a company that pretty much could have makeup if they wanted to. So I now present to you the Fancy Fixins palettes. If you don't know, Fancy Fixins is what the top of their menu says. It's what they call their dishes. So this is the Fancy Fixins palette. Again, I feel like out of companies who don't make makeup that possibly could, Cracker Barrel is one of those brands that could, because they already have a store that sells Cracker Barrel themed everything and like all kinds of fun random stuff in there. They sell toys. They sell like southern cooking equipment, they sell candles, they'll sell clothes, baby clothes, everything in there. So why not makeup? It's the only thing they don't have in there. Let's go into the inside of the palette now, and I'll break down everything and I'll tell you the names of the shades and everything that I chose. So this is the Fancy Fixins palette on the inside. I personally think it's really cute, and it is the same size as the Lorac California Dreaming palette. Is the small one. I used that original look of the palette to make this palette, and I think it's really cute. So the top of it, on the top of the mirror, says fix your plate, like you're fixing your look together, you see your little dish, and you're not a snack for this, you're a whole meal. So the first shade I picked was called Scrambled, and I just put random textures in these. I didn't know if there would be mattes or shimmers, if it was real or not, but I picked Scrambled because they have all day breakfast at Cracker Barrel, and scrambled eggs are something that goes great with a lot of their different dishes. So Scrambled is the first shade. It is a yellow, but it's not like super neon yellow. It's not too golden. It's a very standard, good looking yellow. The next shade we have here is Dumpling, because my favorite thing at Cracker Barrel is chicken and dumplings is one of those staple shades that are in a lot of palettes, so I feel like this is a shade a lot of people would use. I wanted this palette to have color in it because it is fun. It's in a gift shop. But I feel like when you go to Cracker Barrel, you see mostly brown. Everything on the wall is brown. You might have pop of color from like old street signs, but it's a very brown themed restaurant. So the next shade is a cool tone brown, and this is Smothered. Just like your food, it might be smothered in gravy, might be smothered in love, from the love of Cracker Barrel. But yeah, I mostly thought about gravy when I was making this shade, so I thought Smothered would be good. You can get a chicken fried steak smothered in gravy too. It's awesome. The next shade, I wanted to put a red in here, and this is called Pass the Jam, because again, with the breakfast, and they have tons of jams and jelly, different flavors that you can get. They usually give you like a bunch of different little things of both grape and strawberry jelly, so I figured that was really good. Also, their desserts, they put fresh sliced strawberries on top of, so I feel like that was appropriate. The next shade, the first one on the second row, is called Casserole, because you can get hash brown casserole, which is a side dish they have there that a lot of other companies don't carry. You don't see hash brown casserole in every menu, so I feel like that was appropriate. Also, I feel like it would go really well with the other neutrals we have in this palette. It plays nicely, like if you look into a neutral palette. These are the kind of browns that I picked that you see in a lot of palettes, so they're very versatile and a lot of people are comfortable with using. The next shade in here is Sizzling. I chose Sizzling because everything comes out piping hot, and also this reminded me of a steak with that kind of burgundy color. And next up is Chicken Fried. I wanted this to be a brown green. I feel like it's a color that works well with browns. It looks good with the other greenness in this palette. So it's kind of a brown green, kind of like the crust on chicken fried steak, country fried steak, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's country fried. Next up we have a bright green. I maybe shouldn't have put the red and the green right next to each other because it kind of looks like Christmas. but the green, like turnip greens that they sell there, or pretty much any side you get that has greens in it. Next up I have the shade Take a Seat, which is a more chestnut brown. First of all, because it's a restaurant, you're sitting down, and secondly, outside of every Cracker Barrel there's like tons of rockers. There's big old giant rocking chairs and big tables of checkers outside every restaurant, so I figured Take a Seat, kind of like the rocking chair color. This next shade is a beautiful orange. Again, it works well with the neutrals. It has a good yellow in the palette too. I just feel like this shade was really pretty, and it's kind of inspired by mac and cheese. Or maybe sweet potatoes. Mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, that's the kind of colors you see on the plates when you look up Cracker Barrel. Next shade is a pink shimmer, which goes really well with the neutrals or maybe some color in the palette, and this is Pretty in Pork. I thought Pretty in Pink, and since they are really known for like their country ham, you can get like brown sugar ham, I figured this was a cute shade to throw in. And the last shade is a matte black shade called a gift shop, because of course they would sell this in the gift shop, and I put the gift shop in black because that's where they want you to go. That's where they want you to sink your money into, because the food at Cracker Barrel is not very expensive at all. You can eat for 2 people for $20, which is pretty good at a restaurant. They just want you to sink your money into that gift shop. So overall, I hope you guys enjoy this weird type of video. I hope you like the overall color scheme of the Fancy Fixins palette I created. If you want to see more videos like this, I wanted to do like a test video. I did one of these a really long time ago about a ColourPop palette that I created, but I really wanted to see if you guys like this type of video. I would love to do one in the future with maybe 5 different palettes that I made, just kind of mock-ups. If you guys would buy this, I would love to hear about it. If there's something you think you would add to this palette, I'd love to know. I think the cute compact size is great for like right by the register, you know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.